Hey freaks. Nope. Louder. Hey freaks, it's me again. What, you don't remember? Well, you can just call me R to the X because my audience is about to either get really, really big or really, really small. We're gonna do some math. So about a week ago, somebody used hyperbole to tell me how impossible something is. They said that would be like trying to fit the ocean in a bucket. That just stuck with me. The ocean in a bucket. I'm here to answer that question once and for all. Can you fit the ocean in a bucket? So conservative estimates tell us that there is about 1.386 billion cubic kilometers of water in the ocean. That is the volume of a bucket that we are looking for. How do we find the volume of a bucket? You see, it's particularly complicated because, as I'm sure you know, buckets are curved like that. Through tireless research, I found that this incline is something like 13 degrees. Now that we have that, it's time to do some calculus. 13 degrees is a slope, right? That means I can translate 13 degrees into basic rise over run. That particular rise over run is in fact 1,000 over 4,331. I don't even know how that happened. I just researched it and that's what came up. Equations are as follows. Y equals mx plus b. That's our m. What's our b? We are finding the volume of a bucket. Therefore, we are looking for the change in radius, which is what this degree is measuring, because this radius will be smaller than that one, smaller than that one, smaller than that one, and so on all the way to the top of the bucket. How do we get that starting radius? What is necessarily the largest piece of the Earth that we can place the base of our bucket at? The landmass I chose was Africa. Poorly recreated here. I decided to place the base of the bucket here, because not only is it close enough for the equator for the water to remain liquid, it will also provide one of the largest starting radiuses. This radius I calculated to be about 1875 kilometers. That then gives us our b. Our final equation being y equals 1,000 over 4,331 times x plus 1,875. It kinda does that. Sort of. This is the point where calculus comes in, because now we need to take this single line and turn it into a three-dimensional shape. To do this, we first need the height of the shape. The easiest way for me to have established what the height of our bucket should be is to realize how far up in the atmosphere we can go while the water still remains liquid. And the max for that was 2.5 kilometers. Now that we've set all of this up, we can come up with the volume of this object. We were measuring radiuses. That's what this line is calculating. What if I were to divide this line up into an infinite amount of tiny circles? In calculus, this is called an integral. Sort of. This is specifically a three-dimensional integral in which the line gives you a specific measurement, then you input that measurement into an equation to find an individual area, and then you add all of those individual areas up. This is all very confusing as to how this works, and it involves theorems that I can teach you some other time, but right now you should just take as gospel. Now, who remembers how you find the area of a circle? Your audience can't respond back, moron. Correct, it is pi r squared. So here's how we turn this into a three-dimensional integral. You see what I did? I took the equation and I plugged it in where r is. And then there's this curly QES. Actually, this curly QES needs to have a 0 here and a 2.5 here, because we are going from sea level to 2.5 kilometers above. Now the next step is where things get tricky, and I could write it all out on the board, but to be perfectly honest, I just did it in my calculator and that would take up too much time. This is approximately equal to 27,620,155.65 cubic kilometers. Not quite a billion yet. This is actually 1.99% of the ocean. Now I wasn't satisfied there. I knew I could fit the ocean in the bucket if I really, really tried.